Hello, good morning. It's time for day 5 of 75 Hard. All right, you know the routine, folks. I'm going to go out and I am going to get my Bible read, get my journal done, get my 10 pages read, get my Duolingo done. Then after that, today I need a run. So probably be a pretty typical day. We'll go see what it looks like. I should talk about. I did not. Well, I wouldn't say I didn't sleep well because when I was asleep, I did sleep well. But man, I've been waking up like 3, 4 times in the night to pee. I'm telling you, this drinking a gallon of water, I, is the part of the challenge that I don't agree with it at all. I understand the purpose for it, but it's miserable, and I honestly think that sometimes it does more harm than good. I really do. Like interrupting your sleep, quite a lot. But it is what it is, part of it. So I'm going to do it. Well, my youngest daughter apparently woke up at 4:30. This is what we've got on the TV. So we will try to peacefully read our Bible. I'm going to throw my AirPods in and get my Bible read.
I begin every day by reading my Bible, reading my 10 pages, journaling, and then spending a little bit of time in Duolingo.
Okay, so today is going to be another run day. Still cold outside. Not as cold as it's been, but still cold enough to where I got to bundle up a little bit. Another thing that I don't show on camera, and I think you'll understand why, is whenever I'm getting ready for a run, the process I go through to prevent chafing, y'all. Because let me tell you something. I'm going to make a video on things I learned the hard way whenever I first became a runner, which all started in my first round of doing 75 hard. And like protecting yourself from chafing is one of those things that I learned the hard way. Because there's a couple areas that like once you get chafed, you are screwed up and you do not want to deal with it. So what I've got a couple different chafing products. I'll show those whenever I make that video. But squirrel's nut butter is probably my favorite one that I've found. And so there, we'll hit the undercarriage, area where things tend to rub together this way. But then the other really important area is the, I don't know what I can say on YouTube, the nipular area. Because let me tell you something, y'all. If you've never rubbed the skin off of your old chest disc, you don't want to. That's an experience you don't want to go through. And I learned that the hard way, especially like today I'm wearing this heavy sweater and then I'm going to have a jacket over it. Well, whenever you're running, and especially if you're like me and you've got, the old man bags just a flopping and flying everywhere while you're running, you will get chafing there, and it's painful and it hurts. So if I'm just doing a short run, then I'll put some of that that cream there. But if I'm doing a longer run, I've tried several different things. I've actually got some little clear disc that I put on there. It's awesome. It makes you feel like you should be jumping out of a birthday cake or something, to entertain somebody. But I tried several different things. Again, I'm going to do a video where I talk about all that stuff and share the actual products that I've settled on, because I tried a lot, and there were some that they were not going to work. But that being said, yeah, so before I ever let you see me or whatever, just know that when if I've got this on, I've gone through that step. as well. It's a critical step. It's very important.
All right, folks, I'm a couple minutes behind schedule. I got to get this started and get going. Very dark morning today. So I was running a couple minutes behind because there was a certain new worship song that I really wanted to listen to. And I was having a hard time finding the version that I wanted to listen to. So I got to make up a little bit of time here. All right, I just hit a mile. I'm gonna take a little breather here. I have two thoughts this morning. So the first of which is the reason that I journal the way that I do is to help me remember things. And it also gives me the opportunity to look back on this day, last year, the year before, all the years I've been journaling, which is now 5 years. And this morning, as I was looking back on that, I found that 4 years ago today, it was a Sunday, on that day, I finally went down and shared with our friends, Chris and Summer, what I'd been dealing with. And at that time, essentially what I was dealing with was the undiagnosed effects of chronic PTSD. And I'm gonna try to be careful about how I word things here, because again, I don't know what YouTube allows or not, but you'll get the point. The fact of the matter is, I was at a point in life where I didn't really feel like my life had value to anybody anymore. I didn't feel like I was any good to my kids. I didn't feel like I was any good to my wife, because I was so broken. And I was being bombarded with these thoughts that just said, everybody's better off without you. I think you can get what I'm saying. And a short time before this day, 4 years ago, I finally confessed to my wife what I was dealing with. And that was one of the hardest things I ever had to do, because it's a very conflicting feeling when you're going through that kind of stuff, where you don't want the people who you love to feel like they're not good enough and they're not reason enough for you to endure the fight, endure the battle. And when really it has absolutely nothing to do with who they are to you. It's all about who you believe you are to them. And at that time in my life, I didn't feel like I was any good to them at all. But I knew that I couldn't give up, and I knew I had to keep fighting. And I remember the day I sat there and I just looked up at my wife and I said, I just don't want to be alive anymore. And I knew it was going to hurt her to hear that, but I had to confess it to her because I could no longer carry it on my own. So fast forward, a few weeks beyond that, of course, my wife had been supporting me now that I'd been honest with her about what I was dealing with and what I was going through. We went down, and my friends are prayer partners at the church, and we went down after service, and I just broke down and I told them, I said, here's where I'm at. I'm so broken. And they prayed with us, and from that moment on, they helped carry that burden, because I didn't want my wife to carry that alone. I didn't want her to be worried about when was too much going to be too much for me, and was she going to find me one day or anything like that. And let me tell you, y'all, when I consider how far I've come in just 4 years, It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And I could not have done it alone. I couldn't have done it without the support of my wife. I couldn't have done it without the support of the people that I've surrounded myself with, who I know love me unconditionally just for who I am. And they reminded me that I do still have value. They reminded me not of who that voice inside my head was telling me I am, but instead who God says I am. God says I'm healed, I'm whole, I'm restored, I'm redeemed. I have worth. I have hope in Him. And I just latched onto that and I started holding on to that. And my whole life has changed. Now, there's a whole process that I had to go through to go from that moment 4 years ago to where I am today. And if you've watched or seen my testimony, then you know and you understand kind of what that looks like. But I just want to say, man, like, if this is your day one, or if you're sitting there and you're watching this and you're feeling like I felt at that time, you still have value, you still have worth, you can still do amazing things. You just got to get up and you got to start. So I went from feeling like somebody who had nothing to offer the world to hopefully now being somebody who people can look at and they can see and they can be inspired to know, yeah, you're going to have to fight for it, but you can still do some pretty amazing things in your life. And there is hope, there's healing, and there is restoration. No matter how broken you are, no matter how broken you are, I promise you. The second part of that thought is I think about how, man, I got to do this over again, you know? It's not just that I'm doing 75 hard for the second time, but it's that all the hard work that I did the first time around, all the progress I made, I let myself fall into a place where I undid all that, and I got to start over. But you know, there's a silver lining to everything in life. And if you believe like I do, and I understand I got people that watch that don't believe like I do, and I hope you understand that I'm not trying to preach at you, I'm just sharing what's worked for me, what speaks to me. And if you believe like I do, then you know that God works all things together for the good of those who love Him and are called according to His purpose. I love God. I believe He's called me, and I'm trying to walk in His purpose. So even with that, I think, okay, yeah, it sucks I got to start over, but the first time that I recorded my 75 hard journey, I didn't really do it the way that I wanted to. Now, I have the opportunity to do it the way that I wanted to, where I'm chronicling the events of every day more in depth and actually showing what a real day looks like and how just a normal person like me goes about approaching something like this. And even when I think about, oh gosh, I got fat again, I got out of shape again, would a 75 hard journey be as encouraging or inspiring if I was like super ripped and fit? Or is it more encouraging and inspiring because you get to see somebody that's maybe just like you, overweight, 230 something pounds, 39% body fat, whatever it is, out here trying to take on and do something hard. I like to think that hopefully you identify more so with this version of me, where I am today, and then you can be encouraged and inspired whenever you see where I'm at the end of the 75 days. Because I will complete this, because it's important. It's important not only for me, but it's important because you're watching. And I want my life to mean something. And that means that hopefully I encourage and inspire and impact other people. He works all things together for good, y'all. All things. That cross right there, that's what it's all about for me, y'all. I just got to share one more thought. Close to the end of the run, but I remember when I was in my darkest moment, I would Google, literally I would Google, and I would try to find examples of people who had gone through what I'd gone through and how they overcame. And I couldn't find anything that was real and actionable where people shared their story in detail and then exactly what they did to get better. And I remember thinking, being so hopeless, full of despair, but thinking, I gotta figure this out. Because if I'm out here and I'm trying and I'm fighting and I can't find answers, I know there are other people out there who also need answers. I gotta figure it out, not only so that I can live, be whole, but so that I can share it and I can be the answer some people are looking for. There's a purpose to everything we've gone through, y'all. It may not have been designed, it may not have been planned, but it happened and God can use it. There's a purpose to all of it. All right, folks, there it is. I feel like I did another 5K right on the dot. Burned 433 active calories, 532 calories. About 5 minutes after 7, I need to go get to work. I'm okay. I spent some time real early this morning answering emails and stuff, so I'm good. All right, catch you in a bit. So I'm sitting here and I'm working and everything, and my friend Chris, the one that I just referenced earlier, that I went down and I talked to, we have this friend group that we're all very, very tight, and we pray for each other, we love each other, we hold each other accountable. They are my very, very best friends, several families of us, and we talk every day, we chat every day. And he just sent this message because a friend of ours has family members who are in the darkness right now. They're dealing with their own darkness, and they've asked us to stand with them this year in agreement that they can come out of that darkness. And like I told you, I was in a place of my own darkness, and Chris sends this, and he sends the scripture, John 1:5. It says, "The light shines in the darkness, but the darkness has not overcome it. And you are that light." And I know this is just supposed to be, 75 hard, right? So if you just want to see like, dude, show me the exercises you do and show me yourself drinking water, and let me see what you eat and let me see how you get through it. And if that's all you want, then I'm sorry. I know this isn't for you, but I can't do it any other way, y'all. Because like I was sharing this morning, like there's a purpose and there's a reason. And when you've been in that dark place and you wonder how, God, how am I ever going to make it out of this? And more so, when you go back to that scripture I mentioned earlier of, God works together good, all things together for the good of those who love him and are called according to his purpose. Trust me, there have been many times in my life where I thought, God, how on earth could you ever use this for good? How could you ever use this for good? And here it is. This is it. This is my opportunity to take the darkness that I walked in, every bad thing I've ever gone through, all the things that I've had to deal with and overcome, and be the light that shines in the darkness because the darkness could not overcome it. And it's not me, but it's the power that lives within me. And I hope that if you're out there and you're in darkness and maybe you're trying to challenge yourself to do something like this because you're just trying to find a way to work your way out of the darkness, just know there is hope, there is healing, there is redemption. There is a way out of the darkness. And I hope my story inspires and encourages you, but I'm only here and I'm only where I am because of what I believe. Whether you believe like I do or not, I hope that you're inspired. I hope that you're encouraged. I hope that you know that there's hope. If you're in a bad place, I
I hope that you know there is a light. There is a light. And one day you can be that light that shines in the darkness, because the darkness could not overcome it. You know what I need? I need to get like something like this that I can hang upside down with one of those balls like a gerbil and just have it like in front of my face and just, you know, a human gerbil waterer for those of us doing 75 hard. Come on. Time to create it and put it up on Amazon.
All right, folks. Quick update. Taking a very fast break to prep some meat. What I mean by that is I am going to smoke 3 racks of ribs. I'm going to do these super simple today. Normally I put a lot of time and effort into this kind of stuff, but this time around I am just going to make it as simple as possible. So it's just going to be salt and pepper. I may not even wrap them, I'm not sure yet, but this will give us something to eat tonight, and then potentially, you know, give us something that we can change up our dinners a little bit, you know, and meal plan for the rest of the week. So like I say, I do enjoy smoking meats a lot. Typically I would do a whole lot with this, as far as I would spend a lot of time trimming it up and getting all this little excess junk off of here and cleaning off the silver skin there, but I'm not doing any of that today. I would also use a lot of other, I guess, seasoning and whatnot, but today it's going to be just fast, simple, and easy, so I can get back to work. So first thing, let's go on with a nice little coating of salt. Then I got some 16 mesh black pepper here. Hit it real good with that. I'm doing it outside so that I don't have to worry about cleaning up a mess inside. Pat that in real good. Then I'll flip it over. I got this nice Christmas cutting board here. Sure you like that. Boom. Hit the other side. All right, I'm gonna do these other 3 racks of ribs, then we'll throw them on the smoker. I think I said silver skin a second ago. I didn't intend to. That's actually mesothelium. Well, that's the inner lining there of the rib. I think I read that. I don't know. I could be totally wrong. Don't listen to me for anatomy stuff, y'all. All I know is I am going to cook this meat as simply as I possibly can. It's just going to be salt, pepper, and meat and smoke. Salt, pepper, meat, and smoke. That's it. Super simple, super easy. All right, there's the last one. Let's walk over here to the pellet smoker. Set y'all down for a second. Throw this guy on here. There we go. So now, got 3 racks of ribs going. The family will be happy. Like I said, this is going to be a super simple cook. Very different from the way that I normally make my ribs. Normally, I would throw on a couple other, you know, little layers, but I do really like just the salt and pepper. But I do add, you know, a couple little things along the way just to give a layer of flavor. I would also typically wrap it in butter and honey and brown sugar and stuff like that. And then at the end, I would glaze it up with some barbecue sauce and everything. This time it's going to just be super simple. Keep it healthy, low calorie. I mean, Yeah, it's a pork rib, but healthy as a pork rib can be. Keep it healthy, low calorie, and just quick and easy. All right, back to work. Okay, I realized that I've gone way over. My fast actually ended, let's see, yeah, so I'm like 49 minutes past. I really got lost in my work today, then wanted to throw those ribs on there real quick. So I'm going to end my fast. I've got my lunch. No surprises here, y'all. Exact same thing I've been eating all week long if you've watched the other videos. Only difference is I think my multivitamin, which is like a powder type vitamin, is giving me heartburn. I was getting heartburn a lot in the evening since I started taking it. So I don't have it here. Just have my gummy ones. Also, I went ahead and filled up, so I've got my second round of water here. Y'all, this little treadmill is the best thing ever. I like this one in particular because you see it's got wood grain here and it kind of matches my wood grain aesthetic. Was a little bit more expensive than some of the other walking pads that are available. I really like the way it looks, works well. Has a little remote as well. Remember what I said, you know, like sometimes we just have to try to hack our life some, and this just allows me to get in some additional steps while I'm working. If I remember, I'll try to post a link to this one that I have down below. Alright guys, I'm about to jump off this thing, but you can see I've gotten in another, well, 26 minutes of walking, I guess, and 2,000 something steps, just passively as I'm standing here working. So it's right at 3 o'clock right now, so I'm gonna wrap up the work day. I'm not gonna let myself work late or anything like that today. Still got several hours to finish up on the ribs out there. I've just been checking on them every now and then, flipping them, moving them around, whatnot. They don't require much attention the way I'm doing them this time. I may lay down and try to take a little nap before I jump into my second workout. We'll see. By the time day 5 rolls around like this, at least me, I really start to feel it. And it's kind of like I'm really looking forward to tomorrow where I can sleep in a little bit. At least, later than 5 a.m. So, yeah, we'll see. I may take a little nap and then see how I feel. Oh, wait. Y'all, look what just came in. The Zozo suit. Oh, I think I called it Zuzu or something the other day on the video. But this is the suit that I ordered that will allow me to kind of like create a 3D scan of my body. So that's going to be interesting. I don't know. This thing may be a total, scam or whatever. I'm not going to put it on today. Not going to try it today, but it'll probably be tomorrow. So tune into tomorrow's video if you want to see how that, goes down. Could be a total debacle or it could be completely awesome. We'll see. Well, yeah, I don't think I've ever shown this, but this is what 75 hard led me to the first time I completed it. It's time to add some stuff to that guy. Coming right along. Coming right along. Okay, I lied. After work, I did a little editing and finished up my thoughts and my review of my first time completing 75 hard. And as I was sitting here looking at this thumbnail, I looked over at this. I have 175 subscribers. That's where I am today. And it's kind of like starting 75 hard over again. A lot of you may not know or have any idea of kind of what my background is, but once upon a time, in my law enforcement career, I was very successful with video. I'd created, I think, like 9 viral videos that had millions of views on them, and just really successful. And then whenever I changed careers, I've never really quite gotten back to that. I've started and stopped with YouTube a lot of times for various different reasons, which I'm gonna
which I have a video actually where I talk a little bit about that and why I don't want to be a YouTuber anymore. But I still have this desire, you know, in my heart to say, I think I have something to share. I think that it can be entertaining, it can be varied, but it can also be inspirational and encouraging and potentially help people out there. And I'm looking at that 175 subscribers right now. And if I just stay consistent and I post regardless of whether or not I see the results today, right? Just like the workouts that we're doing. I'm not going to see the results today. I'm not going to see the results tomorrow. I may not see the results a week from now. I may not even see the results a month from now. But for sure, you know, just like from day 1 to day 75, if I stay consistent, I just do what I'm supposed to do, I know I will see results. And that's what I have to do with this channel, is just continue to post, continue to be consistent. And I know I'll see results. I know I'll find an audience of people who appreciate what I'm trying to do and who want to stick around, who want to see it. And that's a goal, you know, that's a goal. It's a hard goal. It's a big goal, but we'll get there. Okay. I let myself sit down here for too long. Threw on a couple YouTube videos, about 10 after 5 now. And I do not want to work out. I don't. But I need to get it done so that I have it out of the way. And it's Friday night, you know, I can sit down and I can try to spend a little bit more time with my family than I've been able to this week. I've been grabbing an hour and a half here and there. I want to have a few hours, you know, to spend with them. Even though we're going into the weekend, we're going to spend a lot of time together over the weekend. I just want to be with them tonight. Today's one of those days. I'm missing them. I want to spend some time with them. So I have got to get my workout done, which means right now I've just got to push through the wall and get up and do it. All right, let's check on the ribs one more time before I go and start the workout. Now, it is so cold. I am just burning through pellets like crazy, and this is all I have, and I'm not going to the store and buying more today. So, worst case scenario, if I run out of pellets, I may just have to wrap these and finish them in the oven, but they've already gotten all of the smoke and everything that they need. Now, that darker color that you see on them there is because I'm rotating them from top to bottom, so they're dripping on one another. Normally, so that's just actually the rendered fat coming off of them. Normally that wouldn't be seen at all because I would just coat them up with some barbecue sauce, but I'm not doing that for these, so they may look a little funky, but I can guarantee they're gonna taste good. Okay, so originally I was going to lift Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I don't want to. I'm going to do the Oculus. All right, I'm going to do the Oculus because I don't want to lift anything today. And also because I don't know what part of my body I would be lifting with. I mean, I did my chest and back on Monday, and then I did my biceps and shoulders on Wednesday. What's left? That's all the body parts. Except for legs and stomach. I don't want to do those. Nah, the Oculus just sounds fun. Since I'm having one of those days where like I'm really not motivated to get in and do it, I want to try to have some fun. So we'll see. We'll see what the Oculus does for me. See if I can hang a little bit longer than I did the other day. Okay, take 2. I think I got enough juice to get this bad boy going. So y'all can laugh at me and my poor technique. I feel way cooler when I'm doing it, and then when I watch the video back, I'm like, wow, I look like a dork. I don't look cool at all. Oh well, at least it's fun. All right, let's go. Let's go, thing. Where you at? Where you at, you? Oh, hold on. Come over here. Boom. I did have a brilliant idea. I was like, well, even though I don't really want to sweat in my Quest 3, I'll just throw that bad boy on and we'll use it. I didn't charge that one either. You know, so I'm really not shooting, you know, too well right now. Okay, there we go. Let's confirm the boundary.
Okay, okay. Oh, I didn't put my wrist straps on. I didn't start my watch. Let's go start my watch. All right, hey you. I am ready for another go, and I am gonna have a lot of fun. You, guy. All right, let's see, what is this? Let's definitely not do a number 4. Ooh, KO2, what is that? This is a quick hit. Let's see what that's all about. Well, the Quest died. I guess I tried to charge it a little bit, and I had an external battery on it. I thought maybe that'll get me by. It didn't work. I barely got like 8 minutes or something, but you can hear the way I'm breathing. That thing is no joke. I'm gonna jump on the treadmill and finish up.
I think you might be better than me.
All right, y'all, there they are. These were just super simple, low maintenance, low effort. I didn't trim them. I didn't doctor them up. I didn't wrap them. I didn't do nothing. So we'll see how they taste. Oh, I guess for continuity's sake, I should make it clear that I did pause my workout because these needed to come off. So I'm dealing with them real quick, and then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna finish that. All right, back to the workout. Now, I did tell myself I'm gonna make sure I lift during this this round of 75 hard. So I may lift tomorrow morning, just to make sure that I'm carrying through with that commitment to myself. I gotta figure out what program I would do, what part of my body I would train or whatever. But that is something I told myself I'd do, and ideally I'd like to do 3 times a week. I've only done twice this week, so probably gonna have to course correct a little bit tomorrow for that, just because I made a commitment to myself and I need to push myself to do it, even though I'd rather just play my game and watch wrestling. All right, folks, there it is. So you can see not much on the boxing before the meta Quest died. 7 minutes, 52 seconds. I got a 2 mile, 20 minute, or 2.2 mile walk in. You can see the break right there where I went and took care of the ribs. And closed all my rings for the day. Just over 1,000 calories today, 1,085 active calories, 93 minutes of exercise. Almost 13,000 steps. It'll be over 13,000 by the end of the night. Almost 7 miles. So now I am going to take my picture, go inside and sit down and eat with my family and turn this thing off. I'm going to go give my family my undivided attention for the rest of the evening. So I will check in before I go to sleep just to verify and do the rundown, make sure we did everything that we say we're going to do. For dinner, I'm going to eat some of those ribs that I showed you, some vegetables and probably some rice, and that's about it. So not a whole lot to see there. Again, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down for tonight and go put first things first. That is an important part of this challenge. I can't lose myself in the challenge so much that I begin to neglect the things and the people that are most important to me. It's all a balancing act. So I'll catch up here in just a little while. Oh yeah, I guess I couldn't end the video without showing y'all the rib and how they turned out. So for as simple as they were, I think they're pretty dang good. So let's give it a bite and let's see if they're overcooked or if they are undercooked or what the deal is. Okay, this looks like the side with the most amount of meat. So what should happen is that bone should be clean when you bite it, but it shouldn't fall off the bone. So that right there is a perfectly cooked rib. Not bad. All right, folks, let's wrap up the day. First update, water's gone. And yes, you notice that red tint to it? My wife went to the store and she picked me up some of that Mio flavoring stuff. It really helped get it down. So that's awesome. I'll have that for tomorrow. Before I go through the breakdown, let me just talk about how I'm feeling about certain things. So first and foremost, the thing that's most heavy on my mind at the moment is I don't have an appetite. So I have not been getting enough calories in these past couple of days, but whenever I get to dinner, I just have no appetite at all. Like I say, I've been having kind of like heartburn, which I never have heartburn, and I'm starting to think that the amount of water I'm drinking may have something to do with it, because today I didn't take my vitamin and I still got the heartburn. And when I get that heartburn, I don't have any appetite. So even after making those awesome ribs, ate like 2 of them and a little bit of vegetables, and that was it. I just didn't want any more. I thought, that maybe I was getting tired of chicken or whatever, but tonight I had something that I was really, really looking forward to and I really wanted, and I just didn't want it. So I really hope that resolves. Additionally, as if 75 hard wasn't hard enough, like I've said in my previous videos, I'm also completely off of social media since I don't drink alcohol. I wanted to challenge myself in another way, and I deleted all of my social media apps. And tonight, when I had time to just kind of sit down and relax a little bit, that's where I really felt it, where, it's kind of like you just want to distract yourself. I had nothing to distract myself with. So that's a weird sensation. But I will say that what it forces is I was watching TV. It forces me to be in the moment and focused on what's actually on the TV as opposed to multitasking or if I'm playing a game or something like that. It really, it narrows your focus, when before my focus was always split and in multiple different directions, and you miss a lot that way. So, it's nothing terrible, but I did feel it. I definitely felt it tonight. All right, let's break down the day. First off, let's do the thing. Everything's done. You saw I just drank the last bit of the water. Boom. There it is, day 5. I'm going to save that so I can put it in my journal tomorrow. That's day 5 down. 70 more days to go. It seems like such a long ways away when you're at this point. Just got to take it one day at a time. MyFitnessPal. Let's go look at that and look at the calorie breakdown. Yeah, not enough food at all, y'all. Not enough calories at all. 1,070. I did realize that when I ate lunch today, I forgot to make a protein shake and have the protein shake with lunch, and that makes a big difference. So yeah, I really didn't do that great today getting my nutrition in, but it was primarily, like I say, because I just didn't have much of an appetite at dinner, really.
Didn't eat any rice or anything like that, and rice normally adds quite a bit of calories to my meal. Fasting. I started fasting just after 8 o'clock, so a little later than normal. So it'll be later in the day tomorrow before I can eat 2 o'clock in the afternoon. What else? Everything else is done. You know, all of my important stuff that I track streaks on is done. Got the picture taken, marked the fast. Of course, all the stuff I do in the morning. So that's all good to go. So I guess the only thing left to say is that's another day down. Not my best day. Not my best day by a long shot. Just wasn't quite feeling it, but I still got it done. I still did more than I would have normally done. And I'm definitely feeling the need for the weekend break, and I don't get any days off, but on the weekend I will, just kind of chill out a little bit, hopefully get some more sleep, and we'll do it all again tomorrow. Take care.